I'm the best in the world.
What I'd like to have right now.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because I was right, because I was cool.
Are you ready?
It doesn't matter!
I said, are you ready?
I'm a sexy beast, baby! I was up all night!
And I'm on! For life.
Welcome everybody to the For Life podcast. I'm your host, Big Boshamania, alongside Cheyenne.
Gigolo Cheyenne Del Rey.
I like it.
Gigolo Cheyenne Del Rey.
First off, I told you so.
That's right. Brag all about it. I'm going to, Flair 92, I'm going to pull it right now. We're not the ones to say we told you so, but we told you so. Bosh in particular. Go ahead, lay it out to kick it off.
Okay, the day that CM Punk left the WWE,
Bastard.
few days after the Rumble,
Walk out.
I text Cheyenne saying the storyline for Mania should be Triple H and Bryan open. The stipulation is if Bryan wins, he's in the title match. I said it on the show that weekend.
That's right.
I've been throwing it out there. I asked Jim Ross, and
of course, my reply was
responded.
Good idea.
Jim Ross replied. I read it on the show a few weeks ago. I asked the fans podcast. They thought it was a good idea. I also sent an email to MLW, so we're going to hear that clip right now.
That's right.
This question is from Bosch. He is a huge fan of the show and a VIP subscriber. What up, K-Dog?
Yo, what's up, Bosch? Where's he from?
It doesn't say.
All right, what up?
Question is for both of us. What would we think? He's got a booking idea here for WWE. It looks like Daniel Bryan will be facing Triple H at WrestleMania. What would we think of the idea of the match having a stipulation that if he can beat Triple H, he gets added to the WWE Championship match later in the night? It becomes a three-way, and then, of course, Daniel Bryan wins the title to end the show.
That's not a bad idea.
Now, I like that. Bosch, you make sure to write in again, man. I like that idea. Did you see Raw or the pay-per-view?
All right, so Conan and MSL from MLW, they thought it was a good idea.
They thought the idea was Bowdy and Rowdy.
So definitely go subscribe to MLW VIP, only
Awesome.
$15 a year. They
Awesome
also have Jim
podcast.
Cornette, bunch of amazing shows.
They
So-
do cornets and who else?
They do Bauer and Pollock. They do the Writers Room.
Writer's Room is with them?
Yeah, with Alex Greenfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
And I catch them every once in a while. I didn't know that.
Okay, so I suggested this idea to another podcast. I'm a big fan of the Law, have been for years. They're the reason that I even wanted to do this podcast. So I sent them a tweet the evening of Elimination Chamber at 11:34. Their show starts at 11. At Law Radio, what do you think of Bryan Triple H at Mania with the stip that if DB wins, he's in the triple threat for the title in the main event? So I'm listening to the show the following morning.
So
and
this
about
is
45
cemented
minutes into
in.
the
This
show,
is it is actually a
I
perfectly
hear
logical
this.
storyline to have Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, and I think that would actually be a very hot match. The problem is you have this no man's land of the heavyweight title at this point. You saw the reaction tonight with Batista.
You know what you do? You have it right at me. He fights Triple H at Mania, and the stip's at Mania. And if he beats
fights
Triple
him at
H,
he gets
fights
into the
him
main event.
early in the show.
Yeah.
And then if he wins that, he gets to be in the main event.
So it could be the curtain jerker and the main event.
Yeah.
That could.
I
He
mean,
could
yeah,
very well do that.
And if Daniel Bryan could do it, he could work two good matches, right?
Yep, he definitely could. All right.
Okay, so as we heard, the idea was suggested, even not including commercials, about 20 to 30 minutes after I sent the tweet.
Exactly.
I hate to throw accusation out there. I just find it very coincidental, and I guess it just drives me crazy. Since then, everybody's been saying that that's Mouth's idea when I've said it over a month ago, prior to him even saying it, prior to me even tweeting them that. So I don't know. I mean, I find it weird that I sent them a tweet. They usually acknowledge their tweets on the show. Maybe if I had sent it from my personal account rather than the podcast account,
Right.
they might have acknowledged it. I don't know, but
Sounds a little funny to me. Sounds like they caught it
I hate
and they
to.
read it right there on the show. My opinion.
I hate to bury them, but I love their show still. I'm not
No,
going to
that's not a bury.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
not burying them. That's not burying
if
them.
they did,
no,
I mean,
it's not.
The point is, this Monday, whether it was me, whether it was Mouth, whether it was WWE Creative, it's actually going to happen.
Right.
I think that's what counts the most. Whoever came up with it, whatever. The point is, this idea that I had, that I thought it was one of those ideas, okay, this will be great, but in a fantasy world, like, okay,
Right.
it'll be a good idea, but it'll be a great idea, but maybe...
Plus, remember,
it
one of the
probably
things
won't
that
happen.
you said is that because it stemmed from a previous WrestleMania,
Yeah.
they may not want to do the idea, again, because in wrestling, a lot of people don't like to do the same idea twice unless it has a different spin on it. I mean, to an
In a
extent,
way, I
this one
feel like
does.
this is kind of like a mix of WrestleMania 10 and 20. Just the fact that he's going to be in a triple threat with Batista and Orton.
Oh, well, at 10 for sure, but I mean, the circumstances for why Pegasus was in that Triple H was totally different.
I'm just saying it's a similar...
Just
He
because
was-
the underdog deal, and he
He's
was
the
the
underdog.
guy,
He
yeah.
was in there with the two guys from DX, the most dominant group at the time.
Right.
Now Brian's going in there with two members of Evolution. He's
Right.
going to be three members of Evolution in one night.
Right.
Everybody but Flair.
Unless he comes out of retirement again. That'd be awesome.
I mean, I'm kind of jealous that you're going to be there live for that.
Oh, did I mention that I'm going to be there?
Yeah. I mean, last year we had Cena win. Whoop-de-doo.
I would have loved to have seen Cena beat Rock live. I would have fucking enjoyed that. The match wasn't that match was better than the
first
year
one.
before.
Yeah.
But they just went.
I mean, I'm actually...
too many finisher spots for me, man.
I mean, after that, on Monday, I thought that was great. I felt like, okay, we might not have been in Memphis, but we were there in spirit. Definitely part of this Yes movement, Occupy, Raw, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm just happy that we're hopefully going to finally get this payoff. Do you see any chance of WWE swerving the fans? You almost, like, I don't know, I mean...
I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't see it unless
see
they
it
do
happen.
something where Hogan grants him into the match.
I see...
Like after, like maybe he loses and then
No, I
Hogan,
think
don't know.
I see him beating Triple H, and between the Triple H match and the main event, he's going to be attacked at one point. Either after the match, Triple H kicks his ass really badly, or maybe backstage in the middle of the show, he gets attacked backstage by Triple H. Maybe even Triple H, Orton, and Batista. So, in a way, there's going to be somehow, some way, he will get attacked before.
Yeah,
his
I
match.
agree with you. I don't see him beating Triple H and then not going into the triple threat match unscathed.
I think he's going to beat Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H is going to snap and just beat the shit out of him. Maybe
Yeah.
with Kane, maybe with Orton, maybe with...
Maybe he'll do it in the ring right after the match.
That's
Just
what I'm
go
thinking.
under,
Either
get
after the
hammer,
match.
get the hammer. In a perfect world,
And then he's going to go in there even more of an underdog, kind of like Brett went into his match
Yeah.
with a bad knee from the Owen match.
and then he did the limp. Yeah, one of the best things about that match is the overhead view, because they were doing the overhead view of the entrances, and they
Yeah.
show Brett's limp from the sky view. That was pretty cool. In a perfect world, because I was talking about this with coworkers, one guy mentioned that Bryan would get attacked before his match.
I see that.
So I said I came up with like, he goes to the match and he's underdog and he doesn't have a chance, blah blah blah. And then he wins, and then Triple H or people try to interfere in the match, and like Cena and like the top faces block it off, and then Bryan gets like a big celebration after winning with like everybody in the ring and all. That was what I pictured for WrestleMania 30.
Like all the baby faces.
like all the baby faces in the ring celebrating and hoisting Bryan up.
I mean, I
and
feel
like the Bellas are in there, and then
I think maybe with the fact that we're going to have Bryan go over, presumably in two matches, we're going to have Taker go over, then I see Bray Wyatt beating Cena, because then that's pretty much, like, there's always got to be like that heel that goes over in a big match. Because other than that, are you going to have Cena, Taker, and Bryan all go over in all faces?
with
Like,
Hogan with Hogan at ringside, if that's the plan, because that's what it seems like, judging by the Raw backstage press.
Yeah.
I don't see Wyatt winning.
You don't?
I don't, just because of the fact that with Hogan involved, it's pretty. If Hogan's gonna be involved, he's gonna probably do a little mini save since he can't bump or get physical.
Yeah.
By WWE.
Because I know you were
standards.
asking me on Monday if he got physical, and I was like, if he does get physical, it won't happen till Mania.
Right, which I agree with, and that's the right way to do it, to make us wait. But yeah, I don't. If Hogan's gonna be involved, I don't see it happening. honestly. Until Monday, I was going for Bray Wyatt all the way. The Vegas bets aren't out yet.
Okay.
It probably won't be out until Mania weekend, but I'm sure the Vegas bets are going to go with Bray Wyatt. But I'm not. I'm not.
Yes, I mean, I guess we'll wait and see. And also announced this week was the Andre the Giant Invitational 30-man over the top rope battle royal.
So excited about that. I think that's great.
There's gonna be.
I think it's great.
Unlike what Hogan said, there will be 30 men, not 3.
He said that?
He messed
on the show?
He made another error. He said there's gonna be 3 men in the ring instead of 30.
What? What is wrong with him? It's all those vitamins he takes, man. It's all those pills. I was excited about it. I just hope it's honestly an inaugural thing for something that keeps going.
They said the first annual of the
inaugural. I honestly think it's fantastic. I think it's great for the 30th anniversary of WrestleMania. I think it's great for WrestleMania going forward. Yeah. And I think
it's a good way to,
it's a great way for everybody to be on the show, the show.
Yeah, they were doing that in the pre-show for a few years. I mean, hopefully it does get on the show. I can see it. Do you see it opening Mania?
Yeah.
I can see it opening.
I see that or Triple H Bryan opening.
I see that opening and then Triple H Bryan second.
No, yeah, one or the other's going to open to me.
I feel like I mentioned to you downstairs.
Triple H Bryan's got to be in the top 3.
Huh?
To open?
Yeah.
Triple H Bryan has to be one of the first 3.
So I'm thinking you throw that match out there. I think, like I was mentioning before, like they did in the past with one of the a show open with like a battle royal for the Intercontinental title. You do a lot of the entrances during the pre-show.
Right.
Maybe you have a pre-show match and then start doing entrances, or maybe just not even have.
How long is the pre-show normally?
For Mania, it's about an hour. But I know, like last year, the Miz Barrett match was until like.
That match was only like 12 minutes, right?
Yeah, but it was like within the second half hour before the show started.
Right.
So I can see them, like maybe.
I mean, considering the way of the stage, like I mentioned to you just now, and before we went on the air, and how large the ramp is and stuff. They can do all the miscellaneous guys.
The last 10 minutes, they can start bringing people in.
I'm sure 3MB will be in there, and they're going to come out together.
Last year, they didn't even do the national anthem or Pyro to start off Mania.
Yeah, which honestly upset me.
I think it just.
I don't see Pyro being cut out of this one.
No, I mean, I didn't think Pyro was going to be cut out. I remember I had my camera ready. I wanted to record the Pyro.
Yeah.
And I sat there for like 3 minutes. I was like, "What? Where the hell is the Pyro? What happened?"
They did the opening package, and that was it, right?
Yeah, and then
then it cut right to that. What was the opener last year?
They did the. It was weird seeing it live because I mean maybe because last year had like no backstage segments, no interviews. It was just like match.
You're right.
No, it was more like match. Cena Rock video. Match. Cena Make a Wish video. Match. Cena Rock video again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was weird.
I mean, I don't see that, for the last 15 minutes doing the entrances, right now, who's in it? Ryback's in it. Cesaro is saying he's in it through social media. Ziggler.
I'm guessing they throw
We're missing like 2 or 3 guys.
Big
E is in it.
Intercontinental champion, Big E.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Sandow, Kofi.
Maybe an Evan Bourne return, if not the next night on Raw.
Alberto.
I don't see Alberto in it. I don't think that's right to him.
I see him.
I mean, he's a bit of a jerk, but I don't see them doing that to him.
I mean, Christian and Sheamus have been facing each other every week on TV. Do you see them having a match at Mania?
No, because they just had a street fight on the Memphis Raw, so I was surprised.
Yeah,
and we put them on our prediction sheets.
Yeah, the week before they've fought like 3-4 times in the last month already. I don't see them fight. They'll probably be in the Battle Royal.
I hope not, because then they're gonna lose.
I mean, with the exception of the Battle Royal, what other matches do you see? A tag title match possibly with the Usos. You mentioned the Outlaws are injured, so maybe they throw in.
Believe it or not, if they're taking on the Outlaws, I genuinely see them on the pre-show. We've seen Usos Outlaws twice already.
I mean, they've been building up Swagger and Cesaro a lot for them to not be on the main card, at least having a one-on-one match.
Yeah, there's a lot of different guys that
there's
need to be penciled in. The Shield Triple Threat.
Because as of right now, we have
the Brotherhood.
We have the main event, the title match.
Right.
Brock
Taker.
Triple H,
Cena Wyatt.
That's
Triple 4.
So the top 4 matches are locked in, plus the Battle Royal. That's 5.
And what the card is normally 8 to 9 now.
8 to 9, maybe 10. So I'm guessing the Battle Royal will probably take up a lot of time.
Unless it's one of them expedited ones, which I hope not.
Maybe a Divas match, maybe with the Bellas, Natty.
Well, the rumor is that AJ is going to probably lose at Mania as punishment about Punk. She was apparently slated to lose on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That was what everybody was saying, but then it didn't happen.
Is it really I mean, she's been champion for almost a year. Is it that big of a punishment?
No.
I mean,
I don't think it is, but that's what me personally, if it comes to an end, that's fine. Regardless of the circumstances.
She had a great run, yeah.
It's fine. She had a nice run.
I mean, no complaints.
No complaints. Do I think that she could have had more competition?
I mean, like I mentioned before, I think she should have won it at last year's Mania in Jersey because she grew up in Jersey.
Yeah. You know?
I mean, that's just my opinion.
She used to wrestle for
Ace.
For Ace, yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to figure out what other matches could be thrown onto the card.
Well, I don't see why Cesaro, Swagger honestly can't be on that card for either one of their benefit.
Yeah, I mean, they can have a good look.
I definitely want to see that instead of Sheamus Christian.
Yeah. Well, they haven't fought yet. I mean, they've been building it up pretty good. I don't see...
Sheamus Christian, should be on the card, but honestly, I would rather see Swagger Cesaro. I feel like they need it more than Sheamus and Christian.
Maybe Kane, Mark Henry, Big Show, those guys in the Battle Royal.
I genuinely don't... There's so many, empty questions, even so, because it's like, how do you not have a WrestleMania with Kane on there? Mm-hmm. Even though he's going to look terrible wrestling in slacks. How many WrestleManias has Kane been in tags or 8-mans or... That doesn't make it right.
I'm not saying that it makes it right. I'm just saying...
Show cannot be left out. Neither can Henry.
Those guys will probably be in the Battle Royal. I mean...
One of them will be in the Battle Royal.
Big Show.
Yeah.
Because it's an Andre Battle Royal.
Yeah. And
I can see them...
Andre was the king of the Battle Royals.
That's why I'm thinking maybe Big Show's a name that I might throw in there to win it. Do Andre the Giant Connection.
Right.
So
I think it'll be good for him. He's going to get buried if he wins, but I would like that.
I mean, I think him being in it makes sense because just the obvious connection to Andre. I mean, I don't see why not. Like, hey, let's throw all these big guys in there since it's an Andre Battle Royal. Let's throw Henry and Show and Kane and Khali.
Oh, Khali's a given. Khali's a given in there. Yeah. I just feel like Show, Kane, and Henry should be on the card though, like in a profile match.
But I think you can justify it with the
threat with those guys because that happened already.
I mean, you can justify having them in the Battle Royal just with the Andre connection.
For us, not for the rest of the IWC. Those fickle bastards.
Well, I mean, you got Bryan in the title match. What else do you want?
Yeah, real quick, I just want to give a shout out because we're talking about the 30 years of WrestleMania. We're talking about history. Let's talk about it. Happy 71st birthday to my man, Sheiky baby, the Iron Sheik. My man, 71 years old, still kicking. He will still fuck your ass, and he will still make you humble.
Let's just throw him in the Rumble. He can't be eliminated. He's going to win again.
He won the gimmick battle royal. So, Sheiky baby, you are the man. You are number one. Bubba, I love you, and the respect to you, my man.
And I want to give another birthday shout out to one of our big fans, my friend Gigi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that on the IG.
So
is her handle IGG? That would be creative. You should tell her I said
that. Diva Gigi. She's one of the coolest female wrestling fans I know.
There are wrestling fans that are girls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty cool, actually.
I didn't know
She's
that.
not 300 pounds. Sorry.
It's not Bertha Faye. It's not Bertha Faye.
I'm not going to give away your age, Gigi, but it coincides.
Never give away a lady's age, ever.
Coincides with WrestleMania, so Gigi, happy birthday.
Wow. I'm sorry, Gigi. Happy birthday. Happy 24th birthday, Gigi. And I'm an asshole.
I'm not an asshole.
No, but you're saying
she put it on her event invite how old she is. So.
That doesn't make it right for you to put out a woman's age.
I didn't put out her age.
You wouldn't put April's age out there.
I didn't put out Gigi's age. Did I say how old she was?
You're a son of a bitch. You know that? You're a piece of scum. You're a piece of scum. Also, I just want to real quick. I want to lay out a challenge right here, right now. All right, either next weekend or the weekend before I go on flight. I'm calling out right now. Me, you, both those bastards from the movement. That's right. And when I say both those bastards, I mean my man Jamal Jackson. He counts as two bastards because the FNB is fantastic. He's a great human being. All right. My man Tone Bone, and of course, the love of my life, iSilent.am, Smooth, Antoine DeMonico. I'm calling you guys out for a roundtable discussion podcast.
Before Mania?
Before I go. And we'll do the 2K. We'll do the network here in the apartment. It'll be fantastic. We'll have a little guy slumber party. I'm excited. So I'm calling all those guys out. I'm putting it on the social media right now. Just put a post.
I'll go like it.
I'm pressing it. It's not going up. Well, it'll be there momentarily. Point is, I called all those guys out. Movement, my man Antoine, Tone Bone Malone, all those guys on the show. Well, no, he's Tony T-Bone. All those guys calling you out for the go home show before I go to New Orleans.
Awesome, I'm for it.
I'm down for that. That's gonna be a lot of discussion. That's gonna be fun. Minus Jamal Jackson being here. Disgusting human being he is. I just want to talk about this because I know you're such a fan of his, and I know that you like to give him some money every once in a while. So I mentioned this to you, Buff Bagwell.
You're an asshole.
But now I'm an asshole, right? Yeah, put my age out, then you see how much of an asshole I am. Buff Bagwell did an interview literally like the next day after the big event, and I want to pull it up, but it's irrelevant. And he pretty much buried John Cena. This is Buff Bagwell, who... Would you consider Buff Bagwell to be one of the top guys of WCW?
No.
Okay. Well,
I consider him like a top mid-carder.
Yeah. That's it. And I'm on... That's
like
honestly,
what a...
That's honestly...
Like, I wouldn't even consider him like what a Ziggler is now. Like, I wouldn't even consider him like...
Hell no, I wouldn't consider him in the same... Ziggler's way better.
I'm trying to see... Like, what comparison can I make to Buff Bagwell of the 90s to somebody today? I would say... He was a good mid-carder.
Yeah, there's
he
nobody...
was never a main eventer.
I honestly don't think Buff Bagwell's...
The one time he main evented, we all know how that ended.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, honestly, Buff had a great entrance.
Yeah, I mean, I like the gimmick. Like I mentioned,
and he's still in great shape. He's a super nice guy because we got to meet him and socialize with him at the big event. But
I mean, I know I was telling you when I was watching when Vince purchased WCW and he went through the list of guys from WCW of who to keep and who to get rid of. It was crazy because Hogan didn't get a pop at all. When he mentioned Hogan, Luger barely got a pop, but then when he mentioned Buff Bagwell, the place erupted. I think Buff Bagwell got like the second biggest pop after Goldberg. Like Scott Steiner didn't get much of a pop, Sting didn't get much of a pop. It was like Goldberg and Buff were the two guys that got a pop when Vince was mentioning names. So I didn't remember it. I was like, holy.
Jarrett got a nice pop.
Jarrett, he even mentioned Jarrett
when he did the whole firing thing.
Oh, okay.
Jarrett got a decent reaction. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. I think Booker T got a pretty good reaction.
Booker T got a good reaction.
But for Buff, they popped.
Yeah. They mentioned... He mentioned that. He mentioned being a bigger star than Cena. He said Cena is not a bigger star than Austin or Rock. Mm-hmm. Like we talked about in wrestling, I do think Cena is a bigger star than Rock. Overall, there's no comparison amongst those three guys, especially Cena is probably not in the top 5. Mm-hmm. Because until Rock and Austin, Hogan was the guy. Hogan was the most famous wrestler ever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just didn't really. What are your thoughts on that? And before, because I just want to talk about this in whole. He mentioned that he also buried Punk. Now he didn't bury Punk about the whole leaving thing. He just felt like Punk was too small. He did the whole he's too small. You know, it's wrestling. It's a man. You got to be a big guy. You got to weigh this. You got to weigh that. Those 100+ pound guys are great, but they're only great for so much. Mm-hmm. You know, shit like that. And there was that. And he also mentioned how he's still a big name and he's still getting asked for. And how he went to the TNA show and, you know, everybody wanted him to come back.
I haven't seen him on TV. I think he appeared once in TNA.
He appeared once for a segment. I believe it was when
Sting was looking for a partner.
Sting was looking for a partner. And
I know Luger also appeared for that.
Luger also appeared for that as well. So, you know, I didn't like that. And it was upsetting for me because it was like I didn't find him to be that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, do you agree with any of those statements?
No.
You don't?
I don't think he's bigger than Cena.
Hell no. Hell no. What do you think about his thoughts on Punk?
I mean, that's the mentality of all those muscular guys.
Not all of them, but most.
I mean, a lot of them.
Not all of them, but most, but,
I mean, if that was the case, then why wasn't he champion in WCW?
Also true. Also very, very true. I mean, I don't really see... I feel like for him to say that about himself just really came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's just excited.
Maybe that, or he
now.
just wanted some attention or stream.
Oh,
Or, I don't
speaking
know.
of Punk, I forgot to mention this on last week's show. This will probably be like one of the last times I mention Punk because now he's gone, and it's pretty. I mean, I mentioned that he would be back at Rumble. What would you have done if last week at Chicago, like after Triple H beat down Bryan, and then Triple H said, "I'm not gonna face you at Mania," but the newest member of the Authority is, and Punk comes out in like a fucking suit in Chicago, and it's a member of the Authority.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would have been amazing.
Like, how do you think the crowd would have reacted? Like, Punk's back, but he's a member of the Authority.
I think it would have been the "oh" reaction,
Yeah.
which would have been awesome.
I mean, he did it pretty good in Ring of Honor when he came out in the suit and signed
Yeah.
the WWE contract on the Ring of Honor title.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was one of the. I remember that very, very well. But then from the Wrestle Colt and be in tears.
yeah.
You know, that came out. I just read this morning. I'm sure you did too. Layla's back. Layla had a house show appearance last night. It's her
Yeah, I read
first
that
match
this morning,
since September of 13. Looks good.
Who did she wrestle in September? I feel like I haven't seen her in like a year and a half.
No. Previous September. I'm sorry, before that.
2012?
Something like that. I'll pull it up. But anyway,
I met her at Access. I saw her at Access last year.
She's back, and then Naomi's. They're both expected back for Raw, apparently.
Okay.
I know we just did Memphis
Total
Raw.
Divas comes back.
Is that tonight or next week? Is that tomorrow night or next week? Tonight or next week.
I'm putting this up tomorrow, so tonight.
So tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. So tonight. Okay.
I'm
We're
excited.
putting this up tomorrow, so tonight. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's Sunday right now.
One thing that we should talk about before we get into the Occupy Raw thing, just for the sake of how big supporters we are, especially you, because you're like his stunt double. I know a lot of times when he can't make it, they call you for his bookings.
What am I, Unico?
Zack Ryder.
Huh?
Zack Ryder.
Oh.
So he came out with the new Last Resort video, and I enjoyed it.
Me too.
I enjoyed the Long Island Z's.
Oh, that's what made me.
Yeah.
You saw the picture I put up for Gigi. It was me as Zack
Yeah.
Ryder on Halloween.
Well, let me say something. I got to see him when he was the Major Brothers.
Me too.
With Hawkins. With Hawkins, and I saw him at Mohegan Sun for a SmackDown taping. And I was a big fan of theirs then when they did the Edge head things.
That was awesome.
The
That
Edge
was their
heads.
idea.
That was great, and when they split up and they teased a little right before Ryder went face and the Long Island Z thing was getting over, they teased on a Superstars Hawkins and Ryder getting back together.
Yeah.
One of them made the save for the other on a Superstars show.
Yeah, right before they went. Right before like Zack blew up.
Right. And but I liked Long Island Z. I knew that when WWE was
I had April watching that show. I was watching it every week religiously. Yeah. It was a great show.
I knew that when WWE said September of 2013 for Layla. Sorry.
Okay.
I knew that when WWE was going to go with the whole YouTube thing and what all those original shows like Are You Serious and Santino's Casa, whatever the fuck it was, I knew that his show was done.
Yeah.
I knew that it was over because he was already the United States champion by then, and so I knew that his show was not going to be the same. Mm-hmm. And it was true. That was a shoot. He didn't want to do the show anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Because WWE was adding restrictions and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I hope it blows up again because Ryder was one of the top faces at that time.
At the Garden, okay, he hasn't been really seen on TV.
He got a huge pop when
he got
at
a
the
pop
Garden.
In the Garden.
He got a pop at the Garden, and he got a
like
Zack Ryder chant.
Yeah.
Even though he won with a roll up, right? Something like that.
I mean, my daughter was there with a Zack Ryder shirt, and he retweeted it.
Yeah.
A picture of it. So
everybody hates me on Twitter. So, I just hope that it strikes again for him. Rumors are coming out that it's going to be him and Miz and Ziggler and like a disgruntled stable. Yeah. My issue with that is those three guys together in a lineup don't work for me. Mm-hmm. Now, if you put him with like Hawkins and if Tyler Rex was still around and maybe even honestly Unico in a new outfit because Unico wrestling in slacks and a tank top, sorry, doesn't work for me. He's not Mike Wall Street. The guy, when you do a stable, the guys have to look like the kind of guys that should be together.
Yeah.
Horseman, Evolution, DX, NWO.
I feel like Ryder and Miz have like a similar look, but like Ziggler, I don't know.
Ryder and Miz have a similar look, but not like gimmick or attire or,
I mean, in a way, all three of them do kind of have like a similar gimmick in a way. In a way.
What is it? One's a show off, one's the broski, and one is A reality whore.
Like all three of them are kind of similar, like cocky. Like you can throw me into that mix. I would probably fit in well with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could team with any of those guys,
Exactly.
especially Ryder. You guys can be the edgeheads again. I don't know. I don't see it. I see Miz and Ziggler more than the three of them. I see Miz and Ziggler more than the three.
I mean,
of
I
them.
just remember like
They're the 2014 Union if they come
like
back
even
out.
April asks me all the time what happened to Zack Ryder because she was becoming a fan of his too, and like she doesn't watch wrestling, but like there's a few people that I got her into, and
Right.
and, like, and it's not even like she likes him on her own, and I was like, they don't use his ass on TV. Like he got over, he was in the storyline with Cena, he won the U.S. title. I remember that one week when it was him, Punk, and Bryan, all three holding belts, and they were the top three in the Power
that
25.
Raw, that was great.
They put that little video package together for the three of them, and I was like,
great.
oh my god.
And that was a great pay-per-view, that TLC pay-per-view.
Because Cena wasn't on it, so
Yeah.
they were the three main guys focused on it.
It was great, and that whole ceremony with Punk, Bryan, and
That was
and Ryder.
amazing.
It was fantastic.
And then from there, they did the whole Eve storyline,
Yeah,
and the Kane shit.
The Kane thing was not good for him. That was just not a good look. The whole
then he was
deal.
in the Mania, that 16-man thing for
with Big Johnny
Ace,
and Teddy. Yeah, I was just hoping that Johnny Ace went in there honestly and hit the Ace Crusher. It'll never happen. That was my dream. I was so excited when Johnny Ace was gonna take on fucking Cena.
Yeah,
I was like, I hope he hits a fucking Ace Crusher. You know that a lot of people bought that pay-per-view in Japan just to see Johnny Ace wrestle to get in the ring, even though apparently he's got like the back injury, which is of course the kiss of death for wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, I don't know if he can bump again. Have you heard is his back injury that serious? Because I was expecting him to do way more. Like that match wasn't good because number one, he got his ass kicked for 15 minutes.
It was comedy.
Comedy. It closed the show, and then that was one of the worst swerves ever.
I saw it coming
because
a mile
you
away.
saw the writing on the wall.
I was like, okay. I remember. I was like, okay, Big Show's in there crying.
Right.
He fired. I was like, Big Show's gonna come back.
Like
He's
the
gonna
dirt
cost something
sheets leaked it, but WWE did not fucking help their cause.
I knew. I saw it coming a mile away.
Once one show was out there, forget it. Forget it. It was bad. So, Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Bad Street, Occupy Raw. The Yes Movement was in full effect. Was that a closing segment? No.
That was the 10 o'clock segment.
That was the 10 o'clock segment. Yes,
They
yes
had
Movement.
Hogan at 8, Taker at 9, and that was the 10
And
o'clock
Bryan at
segment.
10. What closed the show? Oh, Bryan, Batista. No.
Bryan and Big Show versus
tag teamed. Right.
against Batista and Orton.
Right. So
the name of their team is Respect the Beard, Fear the Punch, or Fear the Giant. Or something.
Wait, you team once now and you get a team name and everything?
And then they keep using that one shot where Bryan's on Big Show's shoulders and they're doing the yes thing. I think it was like Respect the Beard, Fear the
Knockout Punch or something. Fear the Bear.
I don't know. It was
should be Captain Beard and Captain Insano from Waterboy. That's what it should be.
I've been seeing like a lot of wrestler like cameos in my job, like in movies like Pay It Forward, where they had the Buff Bagwell thing.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Have you ever seen in
There was a Muppets movie that Hogan was in, but he was in there as like Hollywood Hogan.
You never seen that in Muppets from Outer Space?
No.
I love that. Have you ever
He's
seen?
like, I'm a bad guy now, brother.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Hogan and Gremlins 2?
Yeah.
I still laugh.
Damn, there was another one I saw this week that
Hogan's in Spy Hard. He's hilarious in Spy Hard.
Cameo that I saw this week that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Macho Man is in tons of voiceovers. Like he's in Bolt, that Disney movie. He's in, of course, the Spider-Man. Get you for 3 minutes. Macho Man's in like 2 other movies too.
I know Kurgan's been in a few.
Kurgan's been in tons of movies since he left.
Yeah, he was in 300.
Bam Bam, of course, is in Major Pain. Stan Hansen.
I saw Terry Funk.
Terry Funk is in a Stallone movie.
Yeah.
He's in Over the Top. Stallone. Terry Funk is in Roadhouse. Stan Hansen is in No Holds Barred. Paradise Alley has Ric Flair, Ted DiBiase, Stan Hansen, Mike Graham is in it, I think. There's like 40 wrestlers in there. The Crusher, the Bruiser is in there.
Yeah.
Then, of course, in Body Slam, who makes the cameos in Body Slam but aren't wrestlers in the movie. Piper's a wrestler in the movie with either Rikishi or the Tonga Kid. Barbarian is in the movie.
Yeah.
As a cameo as one of the bodyguards. Flair's in the movie as a cameo. Blassie, General Adnan is in there as a cameo. There's a lot of guys in there.
Yeah.
A lot of wrestlers been in Hollywood and they don't even know it. I finally got to see Stone Cold in Grown Ups 2. Hilarious.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my god, he's so funny. It's not like he's in there forever, but when he is there, he's hilarious.
Angle was in Pain and Gain.
Oh yeah, but he got his ass whooped. Rock it was like 99 all over again.
I don't know if I've asked you before. Did you ever see Wrong Side of Town?
Why do I know that name? Is that the WWE movie?
Nope.
No, what is that?
That's the one with Batista and RVD.
No, never seen that. I've never seen that. I did see
Batista, RVD, Ja Rule, and Omarion.
What? Was that SummerSlam or something?
It was.
That sounds like SummerSlam 05. I did see a Batista movie last year where he's like a cop or a bodyguard, and he was actually really good. It was really good. I saw it on like Cinemax, not Skinemax. I saw it on Cinemax.
There was another movie. I don't know what it was. It was already like playing, or when I turned the channel, and like Sheamus was in it.
I don't know.
But I think it was before he it must have been before he started. But he was like kind of in gimmick, and he was like being interrogated. And I was like, oh shit, it's Sheamus.
I don't remember that.
I think it was like around the time he just like it was within his first year of the business.
I know 2 years ago Nash was in 2 hit movies. He was in Magic Mike, and he was in Rock of Ages. He was the Russian in Punisher.
He was in Ninja Turtles.
He was in Ninja Turtles as Super Shredder. There's a ton. There's a ton of wrestlers and a ton of different shit, and they do a lot of movies overseas too.
Yeah.
That we don't even fucking know about. Who else? There's a Hogan one that I'm trying to remember though. Oh, Hogan was in before Clash of the Titans. They did like a Greek god type movie, and Hogan was Zeus. Hogan was Zeus. It was one of the last things he did with his family before the whole divorce. And no, not before. He was Zeus, the Greek god.
Not the black Zeus.
Not the black crooked-eyed unibrow Zeus.
Not Debo.
Not Debo. Not Debo. So Occupy Raw, I love the segment. No offense to Memphis, which is usually a hot crowd. They weren't in it, but WWE shot it very well, so that no matter what, they kept getting the shots of how great the ring looked, minus that big gap in the back.
I think everybody was so excited that they rushed to the front.
Yes, but by the end of the segment, the crowd got better, and if you notice, they shot more crowd shots. I thought it was so far the best. Best segment since the Slammies to me. Best segment since the Slammies of last year. So far, a hard segment to top.
Because I thought when he turned on Wyatt, that was really good.
9 months of
when he turned on Wyatt, that was really good too.
Oh, I think this was better than that.
This was better, but I think that was like the last good one he had, and then
that Bryan had or Raw?
Bryan.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty good, but I thought this was way better.
I thought this topped the Taker close, and I like the Taker close from 2 weeks ago. I like that one.
You didn't get a chance to catch that segment, but like.
I heard the Heyman Taker segment was really great.
Paul Heyman did a good job at putting Taker over as far as like his streak, because he was mentioning shit like you wouldn't even notice if you're thinking. He was mentioning other guys' WrestleMania streaks, like he was like Shawn never won 2 matches in a row, and I think he mentioned like Rock or Cena or Austin like never won more than like 3 matches in a row, and I was like, holy shit, that's pretty crazy. Like,
yeah.
I guess it's one of the things you don't think about, but then he pointed it out. I was like, oh shit, Shawn never won 2 in a row.
I got one that Hogan has only won 3 in a row.
WrestleMania 1, 2, 3.
That's it. Because 4 he had a no contest.
Yeah, and then he won 5, lost 6.
Exactly.
Won 7.
His highest is 3 in a row.
Won 8, won 9. But no, 9 was a tag match.
9 was a DQ. Oh, but he wins the belt. So it's still 3, no matter what. Because you just said 7,
he mentioned
8, 9.
Hogan as... Like,
7, 8, 9, right? Still 3.
Yeah.
Still 3. Still 3. Savage, I think, is never... I think Savage has one of the worst WrestleMania records ever.
Well,
Savage
he won 2, lost 3.
Won 4, lost 5, lost 6, lost 7, won 8, wasn't booked, won 10.
Won 10, yeah. Yeah, because Shawn, I think he lost like the first couple.
Yeah.
Then he won at 7 in the tag match.
He won 7. He
won 8. Oh, so he did win 2 in a row. He lost by DQ to Tatanka.
Yeah.
Lost to Razor. Lost to Diesel. Beat
Beat
Sean.
Brett, wasn't booked.
No, beat Brett.
Wasn't booked.
Wasn't booked. Lost to Austin.
Lost to Austin. Wasn't booked. Wasn't booked. Wasn't booked. Wasn't booked. Beat Jericho.
Lost
to Angle. Beat Vince. Lost to Cena.
Beat Flair.
I don't know who he beat. Lost to Taker. Lost to Taker.
Oh, we're gonna acknowledge his loss to Taker, but not his victory over Flair.
Who? I don't remember who he wrestled.
I was here in this living room when that happened.
I obviously must have not been, so my mother must have let you in because I wasn't here for that. Just big shout out to our good friends Corrupt and of course Pichon. Just want to give them a big shout out. Two of our biggest fans in the whole world. Big Pichong and Corrupt. Just want to give you a big. Did I do it? Am I doing it right? Is that the thing?
That looks about right.
Yeah,
I'll do the.
Yeah, yeah. So good. Big shout. Big shout out to you bastards. Anything else going on for Raw?
Nope. Let's just plug the website.
Let's just plug the website. What is the website?
It's forlifepodcast.com.
And
you get connected there to our older episodes. I just added the gallery, so I added pictures.
I like the new layout.
The videos, we have the commercial that Cheyenne made. We have my Vince McMahon commercial, our Emma dance-off.
And you know what else is cool other than the website?
What?
That you can get us on social media at For Life Podcast. That's IVLIFEPODCAST. Of course, the ampersand sign in front of that. You can get us on Twitter. You can get us on Instagram. We have a Facebook page. Like us on Facebook.
/For Life Podcast.
And that's Facebook.com/For Life Podcast. You don't even need a Facebook account. Just click the big blue thumb so you can find us on social media.
We're
at
on
For
Stitcher
Life
now.
Podcast. We are now on Stitcher.
On iTunes.
And more importantly than that, I'm on not Instagram. I've already had that. But I'm on Twitter at Ravishing Jones. Tweet to me. Nobody tweets to me. Bill Apter doesn't even like tweeting to me. My first tweet, I pissed him off. Tweet to me at Ravishing Jones.
And I'm at I Am the Bosch.
Yeah, you got social. We get it. We get it. You have social media. We get it. Yeah, we get it.
All right. When we come back, I don't know, but
something. We'll figure. When we come back, can we talk about the countdown?
Yes.
We could do that for the show.
But until then, I want to play
Shiki Baby's theme song.
No. Adam Rose.
Oh yeah, please.
Great entrance. NXT.
Amazing. Woo! Not the same woo as the song, but it's amazing. I played it last night when I came home. I was prancing around like a moron. A bigger moron.
Way better than his Leo Kruger.
I'm going to tweet to Zack Ryder and see if he writes to me.
Be sure to check out everything For Life. If you go to forlifepodcast.com, you get all our social media, pictures, videos, past episodes, future episodes. Everything's on our site. You can also visit us on social media at For Life Podcast, Instagram and Twitter, and on Facebook /For Life Podcast. Because when you're listening to your podcast, you're listening to it
For Life. Folks, we are back, of course. Co-host Gigolo Cheyenne Del Rey alongside my man Bosch Tistia, Boss Mania, and Bosch, you know it. So we're going to talk about this week real quick. WWE, of course, their fantastic show. To me, their best show on the network, their best original show. Mm-hmm. Countdown. This week was the most devastating finishers.
Yeah.
Did they announce yet what's next week?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I'm actually expecting the
Celebrity
managers one.
No, that one's a little later, I think.
Not the managers
one.
The
manager one only had 9 options, though, and Jim Cornette wasn't an option.
That's why it only had 9.
I
think the next one is the heel one.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, if it's in the order of what was posted, I think the next one is the heel one. So, number 10 was the DDT.
Yes.
Number 9 was...
Was that the 3D?
No, 3D made the top 5.
No, it didn't.
I think it did.
No, it was...
Either top 5 or bottom 10.
It was 9.
It was 9?
And I think Pedigree 8.
Pedigree.
Is there a way we can look it up?
Yeah, you can look it up. Go ahead. But point being, I know me and Bosch just have some reservations about the list while he's pulling it up. What did you think of the list?
It was an interesting list. I guess my biggest issue was just with the way that it was focused on, like, when they did the sharpshooter, they focused a lot on Sting's sharpshooter.
Okay.
And even saying that Sting had it first.
He did, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they put a lot of focus on that, but they didn't put focus on the Diamond Cutter coming before the RKO.
They mentioned it very briefly when Paige kind of opened it up. Like I told you on our way back up here, we were like, all they did was Randy just put his own spin on it, and that was all Paige said.
Yeah.
Randy's put his own spin on it because the coolest Diamond Cutter that I ever saw, other than literally how he would hit it out of nowhere from standing positions. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but it was an episode of WCW Thunder.
Okay.
It was DDP versus Rick Steiner, one of my favorite finishes ever. Paige hit something on him, and Steiner was getting up. Paige hit either the second rope, and he hit a flying Diamond Cutter.
Nice.
And at that time, this is like 99, 98, that was the coolest shit to me at that time. Like that, the Big Show missile drop kick, and the Lion Tamer were just at any given moment were like the coolest shit to me ever. So
okay, I couldn't find the list, so I just pulled up the video and I'm fast forwarding it to the end.
Okay. So DDT was 10, I remember that, which I honestly
DDT
didn't
was
like.
10.
I didn't think that should have been 10.
3D was 9.
3D was 9, you're right, on your dollar.
8 Pedigree.
8 was the Pedigree, you got 2 right. Pedigree is not the number 1 finish of all time.
That was Road Dogg. 7 was Sharpshooter.
7 was the Sharpshooter / Scorpion Deathlock / Reverse Figure 4.
Number 6, F5. I was surprised about that one.
Yeah, I don't know why the F5 was on there. Not saying it's not devastating, but just saying.
I'm surprised. I think it should have been higher. 5, RKO. 4 is Sweet Chin Music.
Yeah, that should be on there.
Okay, and then I remember 3 was the Spear.
Right.
2 was the Tombstone, and
Right.
1 was the Stunner.
One of the things that I liked about the Spear was that they covered all 3 guys.
Goldberg, Rhino, and Edge.
I thought that was one of the coolest things they could have done.
But they didn't cover Caitlyn.
Or Gilbert, especially because Rhino.
They did
doesn't
cover
get
Gilbert
acknowledged.
in the entrance one.
Yeah, but not in the Spear one because the best Gilbert Spear ever is the one to Shane.
Yeah.
You really would have put F5 on there? Top
Yeah,
10
why
of
not?
all time?
Yeah, you wouldn't?
No.
I would have thrown the Doomsday Device in there over the 3D.
Oh,
as
yeah.
far as the tag team finisher?
finishers? Doomsday Device beats the crap out of 3D.
I mean, and then throwing, I guess, the Sharpshooter in there was the only submission move.
Yeah, because,
So that was
come on. There's tons of
I mean,
submissions
I think
going
maybe they could have done a separate one for submissions. If it was supposed to be, like, the most impactful, like, the Sharpshooter isn't an impact move.
No, it's not.
You know?
It's not. The Lion Tamer is way more painful to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could be a real jerk about that.
Yeah.
When Rick Martel would hit the Boston Crab.
I think they could have separated it, like, most impactful, like, and most, maybe best high-flying and best submission.
Yeah, and
I mean,
they
that
did
could
the high-flying segment because they always have to have
Mm-hmm.
an honorable mention on there.
Yeah. I mean, they could have saved that for, like, a separate countdown.
Notable omissions?
I'm trying to see.
I said it earlier, the pile driver.
Pile drive, yeah.
Because, again, like I said, growing up, the pile driver was like, oh, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Lawler did it so perfectly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Paul Orndorff, again, was another guy who used the pile driver very, very well when he did it. When Brett would do it, it was very good.
Yeah.
When Sean would do it, was very good. There was a little short time period where it was like a signature finisher for Sean.
I don't know, power bomb maybe.
Yeah, the power bomb.
There was a lot of different
Luthez invented
versions.
it, but to me,
There was Diesel, Sid, Last Ride,
Nash.
Vader bomb,
Nash might be the best.
Batista bomb.
Well, I don't like the term Vader Bomb used for his power bomb because that's not the Vader Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
The Vader Bomb is still the slingshot from the second rope.
Yeah.
That's just a Vader power bomb.
No, the Batista bomb.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do power bomb of all time, it's got to be the jackknife. So you could have done Sid or Big Kev.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been fine.
And then throw the last ride in there, but they don't really acknowledge the badass.
Because he didn't use
that
it.
was like the wedgie
too long.
Power bomb.
Oh yeah, man, he gave fucking Pegasus a real thick one. Pegasus was fucking chewing on underwear for weeks with that one. I remember that on SmackDown, the triple threat match.
I'm trying to think of what other finishers could have been thrown in there.
The Angle Slam was very, very impactful from 2000.
I was thinking that Angle Slam.
Angle Slam. If you want to talk double team moves, the top rope Bulldog by the Steiners.
Maybe Arn's Spinebuster.
Arn's Spinebuster to me is top 5. Top 5.
Yeah.
Arn's Spinebuster, forget it.
Even the clothesline from hell.
He's to me, and I get shit for this. Best DDTs ever. It's Jake Roberts, then Arn, then Raven. Mm-hmm. I get a lot of shit for this. The clothesline from hell would have been good, and if they would have mentioned Stan Hansen, because that lariat, that Western lariat, is fucking deadly. There's a WCW move that's not coming to me right now. Booker T's sidekick, if you're gonna talk WCW just real quick. The Diamond Cutter, I just felt like there were omissions. There's so many finishes.
I just felt like if they put that...
The Rude Awakening.
Yeah. I think if they put that focus on Sting's Scorpion Deathlock, they should have put the same amount of focus on DDP.
Just saying, even though it was mentioned in the flying section, and it was actually mentioned... Huh?
The elbow drop?
Yeah. It was mentioned quite a bit in the high flyer section, which they don't do very often. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, macho elbow drop, and guys used to hate taking that move.
I'm surprised Cena and Rock weren't on the countdown.
Cena what for the AA?
Yes, AA.
I mean, he has made that simplicity impactful. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Rock Bottom to me is, I'm a bookend guy.
Okay.
I'm a bookend guy, and I'm glad that they just pretty much buried his sharpshooter finally after 10 years of silence. Finally, someone mentioned how bad the Rock sharpshooter is, and then Pichong should have been on that list too while we're talking about it.
What are you talking about? The bird fly. What is it called?
I used to call that the bird cage.
Okay.
I used to call that the bird cage because he would have them all locked up terribly. That you don't know what selling is until you're in a bad sharpshooter.
Well, I know when I was watching the Brett and Sean thing, he was saying that when Sean was putting the sharpshooter on him, he corrected him while he was doing it. He's like, switch my leg. So like,
yeah.
he helped him screw him over. Like,
what else? There's a move on there. I just had it and it left. The Cobra Clutch back in the day was a big thing. The Superfly Splash was that on the list?
High Flyers,
Superfly Splash. How can you have left that out? Tommy Rich, who used to do the not Tommy Rich, Brad Armstrong, who recently passed away. He used to do the Russian leg sweep float over. Mm-hmm. That was one of the coolest finishes the NWA had. Back in the day. When Johnny B. Bad first came on the scene, him and Pillman, honestly, used to do the sunset flip from the top rope. Mm-hmm. But Eric Pillman was a cool finisher. When Double J started doing the stroke, that was pretty cool. It was a forward Russian leg sweep. Nobody had seen that before.
I feel like nowadays everybody does that. Like I know, isn't that Miz's move?
Well, he does the full Nelson one.
Oh, okay.
Which is in fact different. A move. Do you remember back in 5 or 6 when everybody, Taker included, was doing the fucking complete shot? The forward half Nelson, and the guy takes the bump forward. Mm-hmm. Kennedy's finisher, the mic check.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing that in 06, and I remember it got so bad that I think Taker was wrestling Orlando Jordan, and there was so much confusion in the match that Taker literally just did that to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It's just like, that's a bad finish, obviously. The Von Erich Claw, when it first started, was great. No mention of the Perfect Plex.
Yeah.
Come on now. It's the Perfect Plex. It's done perfectly. What more could you want? Not one choke slam was on there.
The Pro River Plunge.
I like the Pro River Plunge.
I thought it was a good move.
I loved it. I loved the Pro River Plunge. I loved it.
I mean, I was surprised to see the 3D on there, considering that
Yeah,
they're not even WWE guys. Or
and it's
close
not
to
like
being
they're
them.
coming back, so
Yeah.
that didn't hint anything.
Like, at least angles, there's chances. Like, at least, like, Sting, there's...
Yeah.
Speaking of Sting,
Yeah, totally
that was a
forgot
good
about
segue.
that. So Sting did an interview in the UK, a Q&A, which was originally scheduled for Flair, and Flair had to pull out because he's signed to the Legends deal. And Sting had some interesting answers for questions that were asked of him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have to pull this shit.
Okay, which included Sting mentioned in his interview, just footnotes on top of my head, that he has been watching Raw for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Taker included that when he wants to retire. Sting included that when he wants to retire, his last match is Taker. He is not interested in wrestling any other top superstars in the WWE or in the independents. So that kind of tells you where things are going with his career and what he wants.
I mean, I don't blame him. Like,
I don't blame him. He doesn't have to wrestle John Cena. We talked those situations if he was signed to a long-term deal, and the internet did in fact talk about him being, there for a year and XYZ. He also mentioned the fact that he didn't know what was going on with TNA right now, but he wasn't crazy about what was happening when he was there.
I heard that their pay-per-view sucked. Like, I know weren't you watching it, like, towards the end?
Yeah,
during the show?
I didn't like what I saw.
A lot of people were disappointed.
And then my feed went out during Bully Ray's face turn. But I will say that when it closed,
I heard that, like,
he was over.
On
he was
Impact,
over.
he came back, but he was, like, pandering to the crowd with the get the tables, and it's like... I feel like he's done such a great job of being a great heel down there for him to all of a sudden be pandering babyface. Like, at least if he would have kept, like similar to, like, the Austin gimmick where, like, he's a babyface, he beats up the heels, but he doesn't give a shit. Like, Austin never, like... I mean, Austin's way was like, give me a hell, but it was never, like... I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it because especially since I was so with him as a face. Not to be biased or to brag, but for what I'm getting back, and I haven't seen it yet because it's not on YouTube and I missed it when it was going on live. The best match was the Japan one versus Bad Influence and Saban, from what I'm hearing. The New Japan match. So, it's yeah.
Sting, fucking pop-ups. Hate these wrestling sites with their pop-ups.
That doesn't happen to me.
I need to go to your site, and fucking No DQ always has pop-ups.
Oh my God, I have Aaron Rift on Facebook, but that site is just full of spam. I had to stop going on it. That was one of the first dirt sheets. I used to do that, and no pun intended for Bill Apter, I used to go on OneWrestling.com all the time. OneWrestling.com used to have shitload of pop-ups.
Yeah.
When I found the site that I'm on now.
That was back in, like, high school that I was on there.
I
think back when, like, Joey Styles was with them.
Yeah, Joey Styles was with them when I first started on them. The site that I use now, forget it. I've been with them since, like, 2004.
Why is it taking so damn long to load?
I'm going to have to pull it up, aren't I? It's because it doesn't like you.
It's okay. I don't like it either.
Current weather report right now, 55 degrees, sunny.
It's beautiful out there. Considering we had, like, a 20-degree day the other fucking
Is it
day.
supposed to be good tomorrow, too?
I think so.
Okay.
It was nice last weekend, and, like, Tuesday was beautiful.
Tuesday was fantastic.
Yeah, so I was really happy about that because we did the...
Just want to point out I already have it. Anyway.
Oh, now it pops up.
Of course, because I said it.
Okay.
Oh, and you're going to read it. Go ahead.
Let's take turns.
Okay.
God, this person had terrible grammar. He won to face The Undertaker in his last match. He's not interested in fighting other opponents in WWE or independent promotions, which we mentioned.
He was on YouTube doing research by watching The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels match.
He hasn't watched the TNA product since he left, but has been purposely, his exact words, watching Raw for the past few weeks.
Other highlights. Mentioned his three favorite matches were versus Flair for 45 minutes in the Clash in '88, classic. His first world title victory at Great American Bash 91. And against Hogan at Starrcade 97. I don't know why, because that match is terrible.
I think everything was good up until the match.
Yep.
Like, the build was great.
The build was fantastic.
I loved it. Mentioned he disliked working with Vampiro in WCW, and he wasn't fond of working with RoboCop. I wonder why.
That surprised me about the Vampiro thing, because they had a good program, but the matches did stink. Mentioned he didn't feel that Hogan took his spot in WCW, which we mentioned earlier.
Rated Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle as top two wrestlers.
Incorrect. Credited Scott Hall for giving him the idea behind the Crow look.
That one I knew. Responsible for Goldberg joining
Yeah, I knew that.
WCW as he used Lex Luger and Sting's Atlanta gym.
Yeah, you and a dozen other people, Sting. Disappointed about not having a proper feud with Brett in WCW, and the last footnote is...
Sting couldn't remember who the Dangerous Alliance were, and doesn't follow the product, so he was unable to mention a favorite match not involving him.
You do know the Dangerous Alliance was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That would have been my answer. I think he had the best program with Rick Rude out of all of them. It's a shame he never got to feud with Austin back then, because Austin was just such a pure worker, and he was, to me, the third best wrestler they had at the time.
Yeah.
But to me, Rick Rude and Sting were just like untouchable. They had a great feud, and when Rick Rude came in, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And he was great with Paul Heyman. I would have loved to have seen Rick Rude managed by Paul Heyman against Mr. Perfect, managed by Bobby Heenan.
Oh.
I have that on my fantasy post in the room. That's still one of my favorite dream matches ever.
Yeah. That would have been great.
Yeah. It would have never happened, though, given the time period. And they were such great friends.
Perfect and Rude.
I don't think they ever wrestled. At least on
They were always heels together, right? And I think when Perfect was a face,
Rude was gone. Rude was gone. Well, before Perfect became a face...
Didn't they go to high school together? Like they
they're friends. They grew up together. And then when...
I know there's like a cover of WCW magazine when they're both with NWO. Yeah, when they were in the NWO, he was always managing it.
They rode together because Rude managed them.
Yeah.
And Rude would just beat up people at the end, no matter what.
I really hope he gets into the Hall of Fame one day. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, Carlitos, Carlos Colon.
Yeah, I'm super happy about that.
The young up-and-comer in the 92 Battle
Royal. The 92 Battle Royal.
The 40, well, he was like 40 or 50 at the
time.
He
was like 40.
The young up-and-comer.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I thought that was so cool of WWE to go outside the box and just, people say that WWE only puts a certain level of guys out there. For them to go ahead and acknowledge...
Well, I actually saw it announced through, like, the Puerto Rico...
Yeah.
What is it? ICW?
WWC.
Yeah, I saw they posted it on Facebook before I read the spoilers.
Yeah.
So Carlito, Epico and Primo, or Matadors, whatever you want to call them, are going to be inducting him.
Yeah.
Should be good.
I was excited, and for the Puerto
Rican
Rican heritage. For the
Hispanic, I'm not Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but for the Hispanic heritage, it was really, really cool. Carlos Colon really, JR put it best in the video package.
If Conan goes in, that's
Conan will be the next big one for the Spanish people.
Oh, that's he's Cuban and Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Carlos Colon, JR put it the best in the video package, that he is one of the most successful entrepreneurs in wrestling history.
Yeah.
And in Puerto Rico, his promotion is #1.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's fantastic, and
he's with Savio down there, right? Or Savio's a different company.
I think he worked with Savio for a while. Not many people know this about Savio. Savio was there when Bruiser Brody died.
Really?
Savio was there, and he tells the story very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Savio got the WWF tryout because he worked
with Carlos.
WWC.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple guys, believe it or not. Cody went down there. Ted DiBiase worked down there.
You know who's down there?
Richie Steamboat went down there.
And Andy Levine, the winner of
Yes,
Tough Enough.
he's got there recently. Yeah.
Because I know I was supposed to go last year, and he was advertised on the show. I know Savio was on there and Carlito. I think Savio and Carlito were fighting each other on that show.
Savio,
I know that the Families DVD, the Powerful Families, they had footage of Carlito down there wrestling with, like, as a teenager.
Savio's out there running for mayor all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor of PR. Yeah, Savio's cool.
The rest of Los Boricuas are down there.
Matt and all those guys know him.
Huh?
Matt and all those guys know
Savio. Nice.
Yeah, they know him. My buddy from work that has got the connection with the Indies. He knows Savio.
Nice.
He knows Savio.
I like Savio.
I always liked Savio.
And then, like, Los Boricuas.
I love that gimmick. As racist as it was, I love that gimmick.
We're gonna throw their theme song next.
What is it? Mira, whatever the hell.
You want to throw Savio's or the Boricuas?
The Boricuas.
All right.
You know what? This might get a laugh out of you. Because I do the video game show. Not whenever, but this one guy who's one of the biggest guys.
Send me the link to the video game one so I can post. I can link it from our For Life.
One of the
YouTube.
biggest things that I hate. A lot of people like to turn Rey Mysterio heel in their video games and their story mode seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy did it, and he gave him the Los Boricuas theme as his fucking heel theme. And it just didn't go right, and to me, it just made his entrance like so racist.
Oh my god! When I was in 2K, I was creating myself, And one of the entrances, angry Puerto Rican. Did you see that
Yeah.
entrance? I gave it to myself.
Of course you did. You should have given your the cell phone one. Either the
Who
cell
was it?
phone.
I gave that to in the first Raw versus SmackDown. I gave that to Bobby Chulo
Oh yeah, I mean,
because he was always on his.
We both did. We could do that, or
And I gave Hector the John Cena one where he would come out rapping and
rapping.
talking. It was just him on the mic talking and running to the ring.
You could give yourself the old Zack Ryder one with the foot
Yeah.
slam too. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Tyler Breeze entrance with the selfie.
We used to be terrible.
Or
with
Adam
each other.
Rose. I'll give myself
We used to
Adam.
be terrible with each other with the entrances we used to create each other.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I probably gave you Flair.
I mean, it's not many choices. For me, I'm just a carbon.
You did have the rubber ducky robe.
I did have the rubber ducky robe. That is the only difference. But the robes got a little better by the end of it. Spend $20. For your information, you know that navy blue robe that I had?
Yeah.
That robe was $100.
Really?
That piece of shit. That robe was $100.
You had and then you had the red one.
And the red one.
Is that the one my sister helped you with?
Helped is very vague, but yeah, she helped. I think the red one is the best one, and the rubber ducky one.
Rubber ducky's my favorite just because it brings back.
Yeah,
memories.
I actually don't have that anymore.
Could have put that on eBay.
I don't have it anymore. I
would have gotten. I wanted an autographed rubber ducky. I would have put it next to my JR Scar '69 jersey.
The story's heartbreaking, but I don't have it anymore. I think for the sake of just karma, I should tell the story. But
Karma, Amazing Kong.
Of Amazing Kong, but I don't have the robe anymore. It's one of my top 5 biggest life regrets ever. I don't have it. I do have the navy one.
Okay.
And I do have the red one.
Okay.
The navy one is so jacked up with glitter that it's almost like a giant ball.
I know when I did. I still got. I need the video of like when me and Frankie imitated you.
I gotta. You know what it is? Because my VCR shot. I gotta get a charger for the battery.
I have the adapter tape at home. If you want to just give me the tape and I can check it at home.
They're not labeled. You got to go through everything I have.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. I need the battery and I need the. No, I have the AV cables. I just need the battery charger. Because I lent it to a
I have the adapter if you just want to just throw that in the VCR.
I don't have a VCR.
Oh, okay.
I got
I have a VCR.
I lent it to a friend of mine. I had one, but the fucking thing shot it. I lent it to a friend of mine and I didn't get the charger back.
Yeah. Oh, for like to watch on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I used to do it. I used to watch on the camera, plug the AV cables, and call it a day.
Yeah.
Cause and then I bought a adapter to stick it in the VCR, fried my VCR. So that's not happening. So I need that charger, or else tapes are lost forever in the vault in the WWE library. Yeah. What else went on this week? What'd you catch on the network?
I saw the SmackDown with Arnold.
Okay.
I was watching that last night.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, the storyline throughout the show.
You're gonna say it on the show? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm gonna say it on the fucking show. Why wouldn't I? Go ahead. The storyline throughout the show was DX having their way with Stephanie McMahon.
No. Say what you said before.
Getting
Say what
raped.
you. Thank you.
I'll have some water.
Yeah, like you weren't gonna get any. That's right. Bosch gonna come in here. Bosch is gonna come in and tell me. So I saw the Arnold Schwarzenegger SmackDown.
Watch it.
And DX was gonna gang rape Stephanie McMahon.
I'll show you after the show that opening segment.
No, after the opening segment, I gotta go. I don't believe that. It may have been '99, but I don't believe that.
We're gonna have our way with Stephanie.
Maybe they were just gonna play Twister or something.
Wait till you see that. No, I'll show you. During the next break, I'll show you real quickly.
Stephanie is an angel. We're gonna have her.
And I also saw, speaking of Stephanie, the Dark Wedding. I've been trying to watch those old Raws and SmackDowns because I don't know if they're gonna take them off the network. So I've been watching those more than
considering
pay-per-views.
there's only like 2 for each year.
I mean, I've been watching those over the pay-per-views.
The old Raws,
pay-per-views are easier to get.
The old Raws that they're showing, I saw on the network on demand.
Well, I didn't have it on demand
recently, so I haven't seen
I mean, I've been watching them because I haven't seen them in 15 years.
Right. So, what pay-per-views did I watch this week? I watched WrestleMania 5 with my nephew. That was cool.
And I also watched the Countdown, the Mania Rewind.
I saw Countdown. I didn't see Mania Rewind because I've seen that story 1,000 times, and you know this. Jim Cornette tells the best story.
Yeah.
Nobody mentions Taker sitting there, gorilla, waiting to see if Shawn's going to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody mentions that.
But, yeah, I didn't get to watch too much. I try to catch all those older Raws and SmackDowns.
Yeah. I caught a couple papers.
I haven't been able to catch.
I saw NXT.
Okay.
I saw it this week.
I saw it just to see
The Adam Rose thing was fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't like Sami Zayn and Corey Graves.
I'm not a big fan of Corey Graves.
He has like an emo thing. I'm not really about that.
I feel like when I look at him, I just think fake Punk.
No.
Yes.
I don't see that.
I just see like CM Punk.
You know why? You know what I think it is too. I think it's the Titantron.
That's
what
it is. I think
he comes out and does the fist thing.
The same thing that Punk used to fucking do.
Right when he first started. Right. So, okay.
Because Punk has drug free, and this guy has what, Stay Down or.
I think it's Stay Down.
Fuck Life. I don't know.
Some shit. It would be not on PG. Not on PG. You know. Yeah, I saw NXT this week. It was okay, considering that it was to come off of Arrival. It was okay.
Yeah.
Did you see Charlotte versus Emma?
Yes.
That was awesome. Just the way Charlotte just hit that fucking float over.
I was laughing when she did those little, like the one promo with Paige and the one with Emma with Flair.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, those are great. I thought she did better with Paige.
No,
I mean with Emma. Emma's the handicapped Egyptian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought the Emma one was better than the Paige one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Flair was great too. He's like, that's it, you cracked her. Once you get her up here, it's over. Flair was awesome in that. He was great.
Yeah. How old is Charlotte?
Charlotte's almost 30.
Yeah, because I know she was older. Like, she's
Charlotte's
older than
almost
Reed.
30. Charlotte started late.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was doing the volleyball
That's
thing for
Ashley,
a minute.
right?
Yeah, that's Ashley.
Okay.
She was doing the volleyball thing for a minute.
I mean, she's really athletic, so I think...
Oh, yeah, she's
kind of like
really,
Naomi. Like,
yeah.
she's really athletic, so that's definitely in her. I saw her first match with Bailey.
I actually just rewatched when Vince Russo and David Flair broke into Flair's house, his old house, when he was married to Beth, and when Ashley was, like, in her teens.
Okay.
Wow. Big change there. Wow. I mean, she was hot then and she's hot now. So
Yeah.
Charlotte's hot to me. That's my dream diva for obvious reasons. Get an in the family.
All right, Hunter.
Yeah. I'm going to take over the Horsemen instead of WWE.
Just take over Flair's debt.
Yeah. Well, that's terrible. First of all, let me just point something out. I'm actually glad you mentioned that. I just want to say something. A little quick story.
All right.
So, after WrestleMania 24, Flair quit WWE because WWE didn't want him to appear for the NWA Hall of Fame ceremony.
Okay.
Then after that, he got divorced again, right? So. And then he filed for bankruptcy. Vince McMahon this is on Austin's podcast. I just want to point something out. Vince McMahon lent Flair, I think it's $500K in cash. Vince, there's a lot of stories that are not out about Vince because Vince doesn't like things that he does to be out there, be it personal or whatever. Anyway, Vince told Flair, Rick, if you want, you can file for bankruptcy and you don't have to pay me back. Mm-hmm. And Flair said no. And he paid Vince McMahon back every single dime. When you file for bankruptcy, that does not mean that you are broke. That just means that you don't have that can sometimes be a way out of paying your debts because then on paper you're broke.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Flair also spent $300K on lawyers for that third or fourth divorce. Mm-hmm. The point that I'm trying to get at is if Flair is in so much debt, why did he make the top 25 richest wrestlers list?
Good point.
He's worth $5 million, which is true. He probably would have been
on
worth
that episode of like the wife swap.
Yeah.
He was spending money left and right.
Yeah, like if he was in debt and broke and this and that, he would not have been on the list. What people don't understand is that Hogan's broke, right? But they made it very clear on that list, which we talked about. Had Hogan not gotten divorced, he would have been in the top 5.
Oh, yeah.
With Austin, Rock, and Triple H in them.
And Cena.
So, just the IWC. But Flair outlines in that second part of the Austin interview what happened with his money after the WWE thing fell apart in 2008.
Yeah.
So, just IWC, lay off my boy. You don't know nothing about his life. All right? Just saying. Had to put that out there. But if Shawn Michaels went broke, nobody would dare say anything about him, right? Of course.
Well, because JBL was there to help him.
That's right. You got right. That was a good angle.
Yeah.
One of the few good angles of that year was that one.
2009?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that transitioned right into the Taker thing.
Yeah.
Into the first Taker match, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And then JBL ends up retiring in 30 seconds. So sad.
He got retired twice by Mysterio, right?
Was it Mysterio that did it the first time?
Yeah. When Mysterio was champion.
Yeah.
Then he came back to feud with Jericho.
Jericho, and that just... Well, it was only a month. So.
And then Finley.
I like that feud. Not the promos, but I like the match.
Mm-hmm.
The match was good. WrestleMania 24, the Open.
Yeah.
That was good. I enjoyed that. That was one of those hidden gems that Mania provides for you. I still got to... I keep forgetting to pull it up. Maybe we'll do it after the next segment, the WrestleMania one. Bleacher Report has a list of the greatest Mania cards ever.
Okay.
I think the number one was...
17?
17 or 19.
Probably 17, 19 too. I mean,
19 was in the top 5.
Well, those are the ones we're covering today, 16 through 20, right?
Yeah, 16 through 20. Yeah.
Should be fun.
So when we come back...
The WrestleMania Anthology Rewind, Recap...
Thingy.
Review segment
Not
thingy.
Whatever the name is. We have a video package. We have a music package for it.
I get what the Mania theme. Yeah, fuck it.
Whatever we used last week.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back.
Welcome to the WrestleMania Anthology Rewind, Recap, Review segment thingy. Today we're reviewing WrestleMania 16 through 20.
Right?
Yeah. So we're back. It's time to do our WrestleMania. Yeah.
Anthology. Blah.
Okay, I pulled it up on my phone as well. I have WrestleMania.
You can start because you probably have 16 up already.
Yeah, 16, 2000, whatever you want to call it. Great video game, Friend 64, by the way.
Fantastic. The
2000.
opener for No Mercy, the second greatest video game of all time in wrestling.
What's the first?
Here Comes the Pain is better to me.
So
Except No Mercy does have more moves.
This was the second one in the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim,
Yes.
California.
And I thought it was strange considering the fact that we had a Shawn Michaels appearance at 15, but not at WrestleMania 2000 where he won the belt.
So it was 4 years later. That's pretty close together.
Yeah.
This is before they went back. The year before. Well, they went back to the stadiums for the following year. Let's see. Opening match.
Well, they didn't do stadiums from like 7 all the way to 16.
Yeah.
Right? There's no stadiums.
Yeah.
Because 7 was going to be at the stadium, but then they
And
canceled
8
it.
was at the Hoosier Dome.
Oh, right. So from 9.
And then 9 was outdoors, but that wasn't a stadium.
That's not a fucking stadium.
All right.
9 only had like 20,000 people.
What did you think of WrestleMania 2000? I'm not going to sit here and go through every single match.
I thought it was a good show.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was one of the better Manias that we had at that time period. I thought it was one of the top.
Wow, that main event was 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long main event.
Yeah.
There's some spots where it's like, okay.
Well, this was the one show that didn't have a straight-up singles match
Yeah.
on the card.
Yeah.
So this is,
This is also one of the funner matches to play in the 2K 30 Years WrestleMania mode. If
Uh-huh.
you haven't gone there yet.
I haven't really
This is
played.
one of the funner matches to play. Yeah, I thought it was great. There was nothing on the card that I didn't like other than the whole Miss Kitty versus Terry match.
Yeah. But I thought it was pretty cool that Ice-T came out with Godfather.
Yeah, that was
and
great
D'Lo.
because Aggression came out
I
at
love
that
that
time.
album.
What a good album that is.
I used in my junior high school yearbook, the background for my yearbook page was like the glass shattered from Aggression.
The only bad song on that album is the Gangrels.
Yeah, I loved the Godfather one. The Vince one was
The
pretty
DX
good.
one's good.
The DX
It's
one was amazing. I might just throw that
Rock's
one
is
on there.
good.
Rock, Austin.
Austin's is okay.
Rock was I think DX and Rock.
I like Big Show's.
Big Show was
Big
good.
Show's was cool. Outlaws had a good one too.
Yeah.
The
I'm
You
gonna
Ain't Hard,
download
You
that
Ain't
album.
Tough.
Fuck it. So that was the 15 the hardcore championship battle royal.
I like that.
That was fun.
I liked it. I actually like the rematch at Backlash better because of the ending. Because Crash Holly climbs on the Backlash sign and it starts swinging back and forth. I thought that was great.
So that was a fun match. How can we forget Chester McCheeserton?
Yes. Yes, Head Cheese. Who did Head Cheese take on?
TNA.
Yeah, I
Testing
like
out
that.
or not.
I actually didn't like Eddie, Perry, and Dean against Too Cool,
and
China. Minus China's wardrobe malfunction. Didn't like that too much.
How can we forget the triple threat ladder match?
Oh, amazing. amazing match.
And going in there, I was rooting for Edge and Christian, so I was happy that they
I was
went
going
over.
for the Dudleys.
I think at that point, Edge and Christian were the only team that hadn't won the belts yet.
Until that moment where they were doing the next night, where they turned heels and did the flash photography gimmick, I wasn't a big Edge and Christian guy.
I always enjoyed them. Let's see what else. Triple threat, 2 falls triple threat match.
I enjoyed that. It was original concept. I thought it was a bit long, and I think the fans didn't really
It
get
was only
it.
13 and a half minutes.
Really, it felt longer back then.
13.
I haven't seen that main in a while.
I thought that was pretty good, especially the 3 guys.
Yeah,
were
three
all
guys
really
in there were
good.
fantastic.
Rikishi and Kane versus.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I remember from that was X-Pac slipping on his way to, like, when he came out.
He
for his
slipped, and then
entrance.
of course Pete Rose.
Yeah. Then the Fatal 4-Way, that was Mick Foley's last match for 4 years.
Yeah.
Big Show was in there. Rockin' and Triple H, McMahon in every corner.
Right, which was a cool concept.
I thought the idea was good. Let's see, who was in the Hardcore Battle Royal was.
Viscera, Crash, Hardcore, the Acolytes,
Or it just
the Posse.
it just has the list of who won.
Oh yeah, I know Viscera, Crash, Hardcore.
Okay, here's the order.
The Posse.
Of the people that won. It was Taz, Viscera, Funaki,
Taz,
Rodney,
Funaki.
Joey Abs, Thrasher, Pete Gas, Taz, Crash, and Hardcore. Originally, I think Crash was supposed to win. The pinfall was off by a second.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do, but they just switched it back to Hardcore the next night.
Yeah.
I know during the pre-show, Hardcore Holly calls Michael Cole a little shithead.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Okay.
WrestleMania X7 now?
WrestleMania X7, my favorite.
Regarded as
This was
the
definitely
greatest WrestleMania of all time by
my
some
favorite,
critics.
top to bottom, even the video packages.
This
song,
is one of the better top to bottom manias, without question.
My Way, the Limp Bizkit song was perfect for that show.
As JR likes to put it, The
This
Undertaker
was at
does
the
not
Reliant
have a Limp
Astrodome in
Bizkit.
Houston.
Yes.
67,925.
Did $3.5 million.
3.5 million. Wow. The results. The Heat match was X Factor, Just Incredible, and X-Pac versus Steve.
I was
Blackman
sad
and
that
Grandmaster
was on
Sexy.
Heat. I was sad about that. I liked X Factor,
Jericho and William Regal,
which
great-
was a cool match.
Cool match,
Yeah.
cool feud when he
Yeah.
pissed in the teeth. That was only 7 minutes, surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Taz and the APA.
It was only 4 minutes. That
RTC.
surprised me.
I mean, it was a 6-man.
I really enjoyed Bradshaw's promo before the match, though.
Yeah.
That was cool when he just went off. He was excited about being in Texas, man.
The Kane, Raven, and Big Show match was only 9 minutes.
Yeah, but
Felt
they
so
got a
much.
lot in. That was
I
a
love
fun
that
match.
I
That
like
was a
match.
fun match.
Test and Eddie.
I love that match.
May they both rest in
I thought it
peace.
was great. Benoit
Angle,
Angle.
great match.
Love that match to
China
death.
and Ivory. Yeah.
No comment.
Shane and Vince.
Totally underrated.
I love that match.
Totally. And that year was supposed to be Foley Vince.
Mm-hmm.
And Foley said no. And Vince was like kind of offended.
Foley was the referee for that match.
They still wanted him in it, though.
Yeah. I thought Trish turning was pretty good. I thought the Linda thing
was great. Was great. And
Considering
nobody
how-
saw it coming.
Considering how, I had a feeling when they placed her in the ring, but I was like, I didn't really see Linda doing much, but I thought she did a great job.
Oh, she did great.
She got up.
Yeah.
TLC 2.
Better than one. Better than one.
Definitely.
Better than the first one. That is amazing.
How can we forget the 20-man gimmick battle?
Shiki baby. With,
Birthday
of
Boy.
course, the best line ever. By the time the Iron Sheik gets to the ring, it'll be WrestleMania 38. The best line ever.
I thought that was great. It says the match was only 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yeah, the entrances were longer.
The match was really only 3 minutes.
Yeah, people were getting eliminated every 10 seconds.
It felt like I thought it was like a good 10 minutes.
It's because the entrances, they were longer.
Okay, here were the participants. Luke Williams and Butch Miller, the Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Doink the Clown, Nikolai Volkov, Tugboat,
The Goon.
Earthquake, the Gobbledygooker. Who played the Gobbledygooker for that one?
I think it was Hector.
Really?
I think.
Brother Love,
I'm gonna
Michael
look that up for
Hayes,
you.
One Man Gang,
Michael Hayes got the biggest pop of that whole Battle Royal to me.
Kamala, Kimchi, Cornette, Repo Man, Hillbilly Jim, and Slaughter. Was that Michael Hayes' only actual match in the WWE?
No, because the Freebirds did make it to the Garden.
Okay. Undertaker, Triple H.
The first match, which apparently until now never happened in WWE history.
It actually wasn't acknowledged until the night after Mania 27.
Made no damn sense to me.
And how come Austin and The Rock.
Amazing.
Amazing match.
That to me is their best one.
I mean, we were all swerved. I don't think anybody saw that one coming with Austin turning heel and going with Vince.
I don't know why that angle gets so much heat.
I mean, I guess it was...
It might not have been Hector Guerrero, by the way, for the Gobbledygooker that night, because it's not here on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Apparently, he was the Gobbledygooker in November of 2013.
I don't even think I've ever seen this match. WrestleMania 18. Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, and Albert defeated Perfect, Lance Storm, and Test in the Heat.
Say again?
Sunday Night Heat for WrestleMania 18. Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, and Albert versus Mr. Perfect, Lance Storm, and Test.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
3 minutes, 6 seconds. RVD defeated William Regal for the Intercontinental title. DDP and Christian.
It was him. Just got it.
Okay.
It was him. That's why I'm so spaced out. It was him.
DDP and Christian.
I love the DDP Christian match.
Yeah.
I love the DDP Christian match. I thought it was great for both of them, especially since,
they were in Toronto. This was the Sky
what was it,
Dome.
11 years before that, DDP was bringing the pink Cadillac out?
And also Christian and Edge were there as fans.
Yes. Christian wrestled, not Regal.
Christian wrestled DDP.
DDP. No, I mean, not Christian. Edge wrestled
Booker T.
Wait,
I gotta find the audio for that Japanese commercial.
Japanese commercial?
They were feuding over the Japanese shampoo.
Oh, yeah. Booker T and Edge had
Japanese people. What's the deal with your nasty ass hair?
This one did 6.1 million, by the way.
Okay.
And then, of course, you got to talk about it. Rock Hogan.
Yeah.
Classic match.
Rock Hogan, Undertaker Flair.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
I popped one out. Anderson came out.
Arn's appearance steals the shit out of it.
Uh-huh. They had a tag, 4-team tag thing.
Oh, yeah. That was okay.
Triple H and Jericho.
It's not that great to me. It's not really.
Considering the two participants.
And there's a lot of.
The storyline sucked.
And there's a lot of rest spots.
I think, and just the storyline with the whole divorce and the dog dying and all this shit, I think they could have kept it simple where Triple H came back from injury. He got injured with Jericho. Jericho put him in the lion tamer after the injury. That would have been enough right there. They could have kept it simple.
Mm-hmm. WrestleMania 19 is interesting to me because it did break a record at the arena, but it only grossed 2.76 million versus the year before it did almost 7. So it's always interesting to me.
Was it in Canadian money? Because the other one was in Canada.
No, because it always gets translated to U.S. no matter what.
God damn, Lance Storm is like Mr. WrestleMania on Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Him and...
Oh, it's him against Kane and RVD, right? Him and who? Morley.
Yeah. Why does it say with the Dudley Boys?
Because the Dudleys cost them.
Were they in their
The Dudleys
corner?
cost RVD and Kane.
Matt Hardy, Rey Mysterio. I thought that was a pretty good match.
I really liked that match. That was a
I was surprised that Matt Hardy went over. That was Mysterio's debut.
Believe it or not, when I was a kid when this happened, I actually was not going for Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
I was going for Hardy. I knew up and down he wasn't going to win as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
but I forgot how I found out.
I mean, I was just surprised considering this was Mania.
I forgot how I found out, but I found out that the next SmackDown was in Ray's hometown.
Okay.
So I knew he was going to win as a kid. It just made sense to me.
Women's match, Trish, Victoria. Oh, Undertaker versus Big Show and A-Train.
Oh, man, that was a train wreck.
Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas defeated Los Guerreros and Benoit and Rhino.
I actually like that match.
Shawn Michaels and
Classic.
Jericho, hands down.
Classic.
Triple H and Booker T.
I like that match. Why don't
I like
you?
the match. I guess there was all the controversy going in with just the racist
Yeah,
comments.
but WWE was playing it.
Yeah.
WWE wanted Triple H to look like a racist.
And that was during the Goldust angle.
Yeah, with the stuttering, yeah. Yeah.
Hogan and Vince.
Show stealer.
Over Jericho and Shawn.
Show stealer.
Rock and Austin 3. Stone Cold's final match.
It's good.
Really good.
I
remember going into this match, I guess everybody was worried, like, Angle's neck, oh my god,
Yeah.
Angle's going to break his neck. And then Brock Fucking does a shooting star press and nearly kills himself.
And walks on out of it. I mean, Angle did hurt his neck again.
Yeah.
Off of the simplest.
I mean, I would
bump ever.
recommend checking out the Mania of Mania.
Yeah,
just
if
to see all the
you've
behind the
never
scenes.
seen.
Austin had a heart attack the night before.
Yeah.
So that's crazy in itself. It was
The whole journey for that Mania is nuts.
Yeah. Like, it was Sean's first Mania. Austin had a heart attack. Angle's neck. Rock's fucking.
Why they left the Vince and Hogan chapter off the original production makes no sense to me.
And here we are, WrestleMania 20.
Where it all begins.
Again. This was at Mania. No pre-show match.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I remember
Lions.
that.
I think, but they did get cut from the match, and they put La Resistance in there or something.
Yeah.
Cena's first WrestleMania
That's
goes
right.
over on the Big Show.
His first in-ring Mania.
Okay.
Because you remember he did the rap.
Pre-show rap.
Where he had Dr. Eva was Nelly, and I
No,
think
it was
Minnie
Fab
was Pharrell.
Fab and Jay.
Oh, Fab and Jay. Who were they?
Fabulous and Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. I know them as Jay-Z, and I don't know who the fabulous guy is. He's obviously not that fabulous if I don't know who he is.
This was Cena's first title, actually. In the WWE.
Yeah. Real classic.
I knew for a while, I was like, he's going to win a match.
Oh, yeah, that was obvious.
Then the first of 2 14 matches.
I liked it to get the teams on there, but it wasn't that great.
I mean, it was Booker T, RVD, Cade and Jinrak, Dudley's and La Resistance.
And I know a lot of people were expecting the Dudleys to win.
Yeah, from New York.
Yeah.
I liked Christian and Jericho. I liked the feud going into that.
Yeah, and I know
I thought it was great with Trish and Lita.
And Trish was apparently gonna be Jericho to win. Mm-hmm. And they were gonna do like the quirky comedy romance couple.
Yeah.
But they decided to have him turn and go with Christian.
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
This was The Rock's last match for about 8 years. It was and Foley's first match in 4 years.
Right.
Rock was already gone doing the Hollywood stuff, so he came back for this
and
against
it was
Evolution.
Batista and Orton's first Mania match.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
and Flair.
No, not Flair's first Mania.
No, but he was on the team with them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. Best line. I don't think so, motherfucker. Best line ever.
Who said that, Rock?
No, that was Flair.
Flair?
Flair went to go Rock went to go grab Foley. Flair grabs Rock. So he's like, no, I don't think so, motherfucker. And they blurted out of the DVD. You can link it on YouTube.
Rock did the People's Elbow.
Oh, with the strut after Flair tried to...
No, and then Flair tried to do it.
Flair was like, yeah.
Flair's great.
Oh, my classic.
The Cruiserweight Invitational thing.
Oh, you just totally skipped the Playboy evening gown match, man.
Oh.
With Miss Jackie looking FINE fine. Yeah, I like the Cruiserweight Invitational minus Ultimo Dragon's entrance.
Yeah.
We almost busted his shit. Come on, you gotta talk about
Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Have you played this yet in the game?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
It's both their final match in WWE. Brock's last match for about a decade.
Yeah.
Austin was the referee. He stunned both of them out. The match sucked. I mean, the fans. I think that might have been the first case of the fans taking over a match.
The first hijacking.
The first
experience?
hijack.
I've seen other ones before that, believe it or not.
But I think that's like one of the first ones that I remember.
Yeah.
Or maybe the first one like on a
On a Mania, yeah.
Another tag team one.
Too Cool defeats the world's greatest tag team, the Bashams
and
and the APA 2.0.
Victoria.
I like the Victoria Molly Holly thing. I like that.
For the hair.
I was actually upset the Bruce Beefcake didn't come out.
Eddie and Angle.
Great match. Great match. Great ending.
Walker Texas Ranger
versus Kane.
Were you there with us when we watched this Mania?
No, I watched 20 here. I saw 21 with you guys. That was the first Mania we watched together.
I swore that you were there.
No, 20 I watched here in the apartment.
Okay. That match was only 7.5 minutes?
Yeah, I'm reading that now. 7:47.
I think Undertaker's entrance was probably longer than
it probably was.
And
of course, Wild Pegasus versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. 24 minutes. It feels longer when you watch it. I thought it was a great match. I enjoyed it.
The one thing that stood out that I always remember from that was I don't know who it was that slingshotted Shawn into the post.
Okay.
When he did color.
Yeah.
But you clearly see Shawn when he's on the floor before the slingshot. He blades himself. And if you play in a slow motion, you see he's already bleeding. I played in a slow motion, so you see he's bleeding before he
launches.
So that's why he was already gushing by the time they showed him.
Him and Triple H bleed the same way, so they're already gushing before they get hit.
Yeah.
I mean, well, for the slingshot spots, I know they lead the same way.
I know this sounds
best
terrible,
spot of
but
the
I
match
remember
was a double suplex.
I
to
wanted
me.
Sean to go over in that match,
I did going in, and then mid-match, I changed
especially
to
after
Benoit.
like that last man standing match they had at the Rumble. That was great.
I changed to Benoit mid-match.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I wanted Sean to win, and then maybe Benoit win it after. I mean, that's just me.
No, I
Sean
changed
fan.
mid-match, and then the double suplex spot again
Mm-hmm.
was really cool. One of the coolest things about that was when Triple H rolled out of the crossface, and then Benoit rolled back into it.
Mm-hmm.
That was great, and then Benoit, the Garden went crazy. I think that was wrestling fans won that night because with Benoit and Eddie in the ring.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
It was.
And it's just unfortunate that.
Yeah. It gets me sad, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, it gets me upset.
I mean, it's unfortunate that that moment can't live on as one of like the great Mania moments up there. Like.
It does on the network.
But I mean, when they do the Mania packages, like it can't live up there with like when Shawn was on his knees holding the belt, or everybody holding Brett up, or Savage and Hogan, or Hogan slamming Andre, or all these, even Triple H, Undertaker, and Shawn leaving the Hell in a Cell. Yeah. I'm even predicting it early. Daniel Bryan doing the yes chant after he wins the belt at Mania, and it's a shame that it can't live on there. Even for Eddie's legacy, it's a shame that it can't really live on.
Yeah, and then it's just kind of wrong if you do the image with just Eddie.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the picture cropped
with just
and
Eddie,
centered with just Eddie, and it's a little strange. Because fans went over that night. Fans won that night.
Yeah.
Nobody wasn't happy about the ending of that match. It was sad.
I mean, I guess like I was following him from WCW, so like okay, yeah, Shawn didn't win, but I was happy to see him finally win, especially all the shit that he went through in WCW. And I remember when he won the belt, and then Sid's foot was under the rope, and then that was right before he left, and like I know there was that one match, I think it was against The Rock or like a Fatal 4, like he won, but then it was reversed.
Yeah, it was against Rock. I saw that.
There's No Mercy, I think.
Yeah. I saw that pay-per-view. We ordered it. Yeah.
Kind of like when with Jericho when they did the thing with Hunter
at the university, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's tough. It gets me down.
Yeah.
It gets me down. That's just me.
Anything else to discuss on today's show, or you got to get ready for your date?
No, I got I'm getting some feedback now on the Facebook for the challenge I laid out to all those ace guys.
What happened?
Oh, Tony just asked how to listen to the podcast. I'm trying to see if I'm getting some more feedback. My home button's all jacked up. Gotta fix that.
Fix it.
Anything going on the network this week? They haven't announced what Rewind or what Countdown.
No, not that I know of.
And I know they got, of course, the next NXT. So NXT is live every Tuesday?
No, they already recorded like up until like after Mania.
Oh, okay. The whole time I thought they were live. Any events coming up? We got the Lawler signing.
We have the Ring of Honor New Japan show in May.
That's gonna be cool.
It's already sold out in the Hammerstein, so I'm glad we were able to get our tickets. We're gonna be in the upper balcony if anybody wants to see us. I mean, I've never done upper balcony. I've done the regular balcony.
It's my first show there. I've been there twice for ceremonies.
Okay.
But I've never had a show there, so I'm
excited. I haven't been to a Ring of Honor show since December of 2012.
I was gonna say it's been a little while.
Generico and Steen was the main event in the Ladder War.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see these guys from Japan. They've already announced a few names. Okada.
Jushin.
Did they? I don't.
Liger's in the video.
They haven't officially announced him.
Yeah.
AJ's already announced, and he told us that he would be there. I know Okada's the champion down there. He's really good over in Japan. Like they used him in TNA for a while as like Joe's little like sidekick.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that like I'm not too familiar with the Japanese wrestlers. I know I should be, but I'll definitely like.
Yeah,
I mean, I have time between now and then to watch.
Japanese wrestling is very hard to watch on YouTube.
I have Wrestle Kingdom if you want.
I normally will watch on YouTube is the G1 Climax because
I want to check that out
because that normally goes on YouTube. So I never usually miss that.
So I want to check that out.
I'm pretty up to date with the G1.
Just familiarize myself. I went to a show in 2007 with Misawa. the line for that show was around the block. So just to get into the arena.
Yep.
And I've never seen that for a Ring of Honor show, so I can expect it's going to be pretty crazy when we
gonna
go.
be nuts.
I mean,
It's
that
gonna
was
be
in the
fun.
Manhattan Center, so it was the smaller venue.
Yeah.
But after that, that's when they got promoted to the Hammerstein when they got that big audience.
Yeah.
So that was a really good show. I mean, I've never really been disappointed by a Ring of Honor
Yeah,
show.
they do great work.
I know there was one time, I think, the only show that was it kind of dragged, surprisingly, the main event was Nigel and Claudio.
Yeah.
Antonio. I don't know if it was just maybe where I was sitting, but the show did kind of drag, like, and I know, like...
The show or the match?
The match.
Okay.
Surprisingly. I did try to start a USA chant during that match.
Okay.
Because neither guy is American.
Yeah. Did it go over?
Yeah, we started...
Good.
I know when Necro Butcher faced Takeshi Morishima, we started the USA chant.
Is Necro retired? I haven't seen him booked in ages. But that guy's fucking nuts.
I saw...
The last match I saw him in was against Randy the Ram.
I was watching that on my job this week.
That was the last match I saw him in.
Yeah.
Against Randy the Ram. Where he fucking kills him.
And I saw him have some matches in Ring of Honor. I never saw him have any, like, crazy matches, though. I know there was, like, a triple... like, when he was at the Age of the Fall.
I haven't seen him wrestle since the Year of the Wrestler. I haven't seen him booked.
I actually have the Ring of Honor shows.
I saw his shit in CZW.
I never really watched
CZW. I saw
CZW.
one or two. They used to be on YouTube all the time.
I have a Ring of Honor. I have the two. Ring of Honor did a doubleheader in Jersey. I have the shows on DVD from the wrestler taping, the wrestler filming.
Oh, okay.
There's no filmings from that, but it's from that arena. From when they filmed it, they did like 2 small shows. So.
Okay, that's cool.
So,
yeah,
I'm looking. So this is your first Ring of Honor show.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So I'll be there for your.
I'm excited.
Popping your Ring of Honor shirt.
My Ring of Honor virginity. I'm excited, and then I'll have the 4 Life shirt on finally, with all its bases. Oh, fucking.
So I'm looking for. It should be fun. They usually do like autograph signings and photo ops.
Yeah, I'd like to see AJ again.
Yeah.
For me, because that was cool. He was really.
Yeah,
he really like what we missed in that experience. He made up for it to me.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, he was great.
I feel like we look like a tag team in our picture.
Yeah, which is fine.
We have like a similar look. Like,
yeah,
the
it's
beard
the beard and the hair. It's both dark, and we both wore black that day. It was very romantic.
The team of AJ and JR.
AJ and JR.
Yeah. JR Scar.
Oh, and I was like, so that makes me what, AJ? Oh, okay, cool. I'll get ready to fly, as his theme song says. One more time, happy birthday to the Ayatollah, to Shiki Baby, 71 years old.
Shiki Baby, Gigi Baby, happy birthday to both of you.
71 and 24. We're gonna play those.
So you share a birthday with the Iron Sheik, Gigi.
That's right. You should be honored.
And I'm sure she curses just about as much as Shiki.
Hey, maybe Shiki will fuck her ass and make her humble.
Hey.
Just saying. That's what
Ryan, he didn't mean that.
That's what. Oh, I didn't know she. Oh, sorry about that. I just was trying.
I mean, if you're comic book fans, check out her boyfriend Ryan's podcast.
Yeah.
The Cap. Sorry. 22 pages later. So if you're a comic book fan, definitely check it out.
Oh, I got some people that will check that out. Yeah. That's cool.
So showing some love to my boy.
That's cool.
Great guy.
Ace is going to do a show, just real quick, April 12th.
Weekend after Mania?
The weekend after Mania. I'm trying to get an opening shift for that.
Okay.
So I can go. So we'll see.
Maybe we'll actually make it.
Push! Maybe we'll get tickets.
But until next week, guys, 4lifepodcast.com, at 4lifepodcast.
At 4Life Podcast. Get us on Twitter, on social media.
If you Google 4Life Podcast, they all show up.
That's right. I love that.
Or if you just go to 4lifepodcast.com,
it's all there.
All our shit is
and don't forget to contact us. And the email.
I give up on that one.
Yeah. No, just click on everything else.
Punk will be back before people fucking email us. I think Punk will email us.
I'm willing to bet $10 that we get an email before Punk comes back.
I'm willing to say that Punk's gonna email us before he comes back or anybody else fucking emails us.
Hey, if Punk emails us, that's gonna double our viewers.
That doesn't count you, Jay.
Yeah.
I still never read his email from like 2 weeks ago.
He doesn't mind.
I'll read it to you tonight. Don't worry. Till next week, folks. When you're listening to your podcast,
you're listening to it for life.
I think he's cute. He's so sexy. He's got the look. This rides and goes wild. Got the moves that really move me. He sends chills up and down.